Hey guys, welcome back to Figure. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Today we're going to take a look at the S.H.Figuarts Shang-Chi from Shang-Chi and the Legends of Ten Rings by Marvel Studio. And I thought the movie was pretty good. Actually one of the better movies from Marvel recently. And I'm saying this as an Asian American, right? However, I didn't really like some of the actors. I find them very annoying, but I don't really want to name names and get into it. And let me know in the comments on what you think. And here's the left of the box, here's the right of the box, and here's the back of the box. And let's not waste any more time and bust this thing open and see what we got. Here's still in the inner packaging, looking pretty good, and let's check it out. Alright, and here we have the figure itself, and as expected from S.H.Figuarts, I think the figure is really well done. Bandai did a really good job on the head sculpt. Does look like the actor Simu Liu, and let's just take a close look at the figure. Everything is very nicely painted and sculpted. The figures is nice and tight, all that good jazz. But I do feel like they could make his body maybe a little bit bigger because his head looks a little bit too big here. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments on what you think, and let's check out some articulation. And for the articulation, let's quickly go over it from the neck down. He can look up about this much, look down about this much. You can tilt his head side to side, no problem. And the shoulder is just the ball joint. You can raise the arm up only about this much. Unfortunately, no bicep swivel, so it's going to be kind of limited here. But he is able to swivel over here. This is probably the nicest I have experienced in terms of this joint from S.H.Figuarts. And we do have the usual ball and hinge joint for the wrist. And for the ab crunch, you can bend forward only about this much, bend backwards about this much, have some pretty decent side-to-side movement. And for the leg, we have the 2.0 hip, kick out about this high, bend about this much, thigh swivel, and you are able to swivel here as well, side-to-side pivot, and toe hinge. I believe that's it for the articulation. Besides the bicep swivel, everything seems good. And yeah, let's check out the accessories. And for the accessories, we can start with the default face, and I think they did a really good job here. Does look like him, even the moles. And next up, we get a more serious looking expression. It's not that big of a difference, but I guess this is better than just sideways looking faces. And this face does look him a little bit thinner though. I think I'll use this one. And for the interchangeable hands, first off, we get a pair of relaxed open hands, and these are pretty standard. And then we get a pair of display open hands, a pair of karate chop, and lastly we get a pair of hands for holding the weapons. Pretty nicely done, and let's check out some action posing. And for the size comparison, let us start with some Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts, and I think they look pretty good together in terms of scale. And then we have some American IP S.H.Figuarts I have around. And then we have the usual Naruto and Jujutsu Kaisen S.H.Figuarts. And lastly, we have some Mafex and Figma figures, and let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so for the final thoughts, if you are a big fan of Simu Liu, this figure is pretty cool to have, but for me personally, this figure is at best mediocre. Kind of feels like a worse version of S.H.Figuarts Bruce Lee figure. The articulation is not as good as I imagined, and the amount of accessory he came with, although it's not bad, but it's not very fun to pose with. And the facial expression, it's essentially the same thing. But yeah, let me know in the comments on what you think. Hopefully Bandai can consider making other Asian superheroes. Well, it doesn't have to be superhero, but like someone like Jet Li or Ip Man will be really cool. And yeah, this is Eric. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.